Yo, what's going on, everyone? My name's Cody Jones, and welcome back to another episode of A Peace and Podcast. Honestly, man, in this new episode, we have ourselves new guests. I'm not really all that excited, nor did I even expect this to happen. But you know what, man? I mean, shit happens in life, Things happen in life, and people in your life who you never thought would ever come back somehow do manage to come back anyways. It's a trip, let me tell y'all that. Honestly, man, this will be a rather interesting interview. Now, for those of you who do not know, back in my high school days, there was this girl I knew. I dated her for 6 months, man. And honestly, let me tell you, it was some of the best, but also some of the worst. It's like it was a few months of bliss, and the rest of the months were just about as bad as a dumpster fire filled with shit and trash that's been sitting in the sun, boiled up in the hottest pit in the world, and then pissed on by one of the stinkiest, smelliest people, and completely lit with fire. That is about as bad as that breakup was. The whole issue between us was about that bad, And honestly, I'm just... let's just get into it, It's like, I don't even know if this will even be an episode at all. But, well, we're recording anyways. We are live up in this motherfucker anyways. So, allow me to introduce you, Bonnie and, Bonnie. We dated in high school for 6 months in Palmdale High. Isn't that right? Okay, I guess it's just gonna be me talking. Great. Yeah, because last time we broke up, it was not the best. Let me tell you, back in 2017, 2018, it wasn't really the best moment either when you swindled what's-her-face to include me in a group call. Isn't that right? Not going to say anything at all in this whole episode. Awesome. I see that you're going to Antelope Valley College. That's... okay. I wouldn't really say that's the best thing to happen or the worst thing to happen. But I would love to hear your input. Great. This will be a fun episode. I'll tell you that much. We broke up after 6 months of dating. How did you feel after that? I would appreciate if you didn't continue glaring at me with that ugly look on your face. It'd make me happy if you didn't. It's like she's just looking at me with this look in her eyes as if she's about to turn into the devil. And let me tell you, It's not a pretty sight. Come to think of it, it's actually the very fucking opposite of a pretty sight. And not only that, you're what? You got a fucking YouTube channel? Let's see what the fuck that shit's called. Because if I remember correctly, I think it was called, let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if it was even enjoyable enough to get a lot of views. It was like under some ridiculous, absurd video/channel name. Like, if I remember correctly, it was something about, like, mystery lion, mysterious lion, mystery history lion, some bullshit like that. It was like mysterious mystery, Lionheart, lion, feline, mysterious feline. I don't know, some ridiculous name, and there's what? Not that many views. And this was only recorded, about a year ago. 1 year ago. And what, you just up and disappeared. What made you want to do YouTube? Was it because you wanted to mimic other people that do YouTube instead of taking the route of just being original and doing it just for the sake of doing it? Yeah. Still silence. Okay. What a fun episode this is going to be. This is fun. It's just a one-sided conversation between me and this mysterious Lionheart person that I knew for too long. And what about the other guy? Barney. Or whatever the hell your name is. You joined the group call right after. You berated me. You got on my case as if I done something terrible. And not only that, you tried to act tough and macho and intimidating. Tell me, how exactly did that go for you? I guess you're not going to say anything either. But, I mean, that's not really all that new. I mean, you've always been the silent type to never really say anything, let alone do anything. I mean, the only thing that you did do was just take my sloppy seconds. I mean, how does that make you feel, knowing that you're basically getting my leftovers? Nope, just gonna sit there with that little porn star facial hair on your face and those glasses, which, by the way, don't make you look sophisticated. If anything, they make you look somewhat ridiculous, like as if you work for the Geek Squad. Do you have any input on that? I guess not. Are you still taking people's leftovers with their other exes? Well, with your silence, I'm going to take it as a yes. I mean, how does it feel to just really feel, you know, alone, I mean, you got this she demon who has a habit of lying terribly, I'll add to that, shit talking, and rubbing things in people's faces whenever something positive happens. Or whenever she has a boyfriend, she makes it clear and noticeable by rubbing in her ex's face. She has terrible taste in movies. I meant to say taste, sorry. And she is too lazy to buy theater food, so instead she brings over tacos from her home and stuffs it in her purse. Also, she has a habit of shoving food in people's faces when they're clearly not interested. How does that make you feel? I mean, for the stuff that you shoved down my throat, it's a good thing I never got sick. Or worse. Also, the way that you wear hoodies, let alone pointy hoodies, is about as terrible of a style as wearing a KKK hat. So, I think it's best that you never wear a beanie or a hooded jacket. I mean, that doesn't make sense considering that you're Mexican. But, I mean, we don't know that for sure. Maybe we do. I don't know. And what about you, Mr. Porn Star Facial Hair? Which, by the way, I'd recommend that you shave completely off your face because it looks like as if you are a freaking pedophile that somehow looks more mysterious and suspicious than ever. I mean, you look like someone that Chris Hansen would want to talk to, but from a very long across the room distance. I mean, there's another person I want to bring onto the podcast, but, well, with her boyfriend being so sensitive with people complimenting her, I'm going to keep those two out of the podcast. But, honestly, I mean, we're 13 minutes in, and I'm pretty much the only one that's asking the questions and answering them. And you two fuckbags sitting there in silence, not saying a goddamn thing. I mean, why is that? Are you just scared that... are you scared to say anything? Are you scared to speak up? I mean, are you just gonna sit there glaring through the screen, not saying a damn word? Too frightened to the core to even open your mouths? And yet you're brave enough to show your faces? I mean, honestly, this episode is about as much fun as masturbating with sandpaper covered in cactus spikes. And trust me, I've had more fun interviewing other people than interviewing you two dick faces. But, well, content is content regardless. You don't have to say anything. I mean, just the fact that I can say this and not give a single fuck in the world really shows just how little I care. I mean, after 4 miserable months I actually regret those months. And to this freaking barely hairy face looking fucker, I mean, I'm happy I didn't become friends with you because honestly, you look like a future Unabomber. You know what? I think I have one more question before we end this episode because honestly, 15 and a half minutes of this bullshit, not worth it. So let me just ask you this. Are you fuckers happy with showing up on the podcast? Showing your faces to me, but not having the guts at all to say a fucking thing. I mean, are you really satisfied with that? Like, really, I seriously think that this episode is pointless. But at the same time, it's not, because I finally got something to say. And let me tell you, I don't regret it. But I seriously hope that you guys enjoyed this one-sided podcast episode. This was fucking garbage. More garbage than a garbage can filled with trash that was never emptied. No, it's more garbage than that. This podcast episode was about as shit as it can possibly get. But other than that, Mr. Future Unabomber, have fun doing whatever the fuck it is that you do, which I could not care less what exactly that is. And to the she-goat right here, not saying goat as in greatest of all time, I mean she-goat as in she looks like a fucking goat. Have fun studying whatever bullshit in fucking Antelope Valley College. I don't have a problem with AVC. I got friends who go to AVC. But honestly, I couldn't give two fucks about you or anything that you have to say. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. This one-sided podcast interview was absolutely pointless. I mean, we got two shit faces who are too scared to even open their mouths. But I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.